Okay, this is my version of a fly I've seen tied quite often regularly by other anglers, and it's called a Vicar Buzzer. Okay, first time I've tied one, I've tied normal buzzers. Okay, unfortunately I've broke my angling eyes glasses, so I'm going to be using these very cheap reading glasses. So firstly, hang the thread over a hook, bring the thread over and trap the thread underneath. Now wind it up the hook in touching turns. As neat as possible. I'm not particularly good at this. You're trying to make a nice black slim profile body. Okay. When you get to where the hook starts to bend, cut the tag end. Just tie that little bit of tag end down. Now I'm going to use a very fine silver wire as my rib. You don't have to put a rib on it. Okay, this is what I do. Under the thread, pull it through and get it so it's the whole shank of the hook. And with your cheaper pair of scissors, just cut the wire. The reason why we do that is if I cut it just below where I've tied it off, it will bulk up too much. So now I'm going back along the hook, hopefully in touching turns. Then I'm going to go back again. And this does take time. Try and do it as neatly as possible and as evenly as possible. Now wind it to where you want to start your head. I would say about 2/3 of the way up the hook. Now create your rib. Bring the wire over. 1, 2. You can do as many turns as you want. I've done 4. As I've said many times before, I'm a suggested fly tie, so I'm not too worried about being too dead on imitative. Right, just going to wrap a few times round, further up the hook, towards the eye, to start creating my head. Yeah, that's where I want to finish my head. Now I'm going to use holographic red tinsel. Putting it under the thread, pulling it through. Now tying that down. So that's going to be under the head. This can be fished on its own or as a part of a team of buzzers. I only use a maximum of 2 flies at a time. That's your choice. Now I'm going to create a collar. You can create as big a collar as you like. I'm going to do about 2 or 3 turns. I think I've done a few more on that. There we go. Over it goes. That traps the collar. Cut the loose bit off. Now we're going to create the full size head to how big we want it. try and keep it as neat as possible. It's very tricky to do. Well, it's an easy fly, only 3 materials. It's very tricky to get the head consistent. Now I'm going to finish with 3 half hitches just behind the eye. This is a size 10. I dare say you could tie it on anything small, anything up to a size 10. Cut the loose tag. That is basically the buzzer finished. Now we're going to varnish it. For varnish, I use Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. And I just drop it on at first. And then I'm just going to turn that over. Making sure it's all covered all round. So that is 1 coat of varnish. Now I'm going to leave it 5 minutes. And here we go for the second coat. I put 2 coats on. I dare say you can put more on if you wish. If you don't want it to sink so quick, don't coat it at all. And there we have it. That is my Vicar Buzzer.